and welcome back to Breathe Plus More. I have a special treat for you guys. I'm finally introducing you guys to my fiance, Rashid.
So happy to be here.
Okay. Today we are going to do
Stop hitting the table.
Today we are going to do a decade review. So, Rashid and I have been together for this entire decade. So we decided that we're going to take you down to memory lane.
Which I don't remember much of.
It took a lot of research, and I'm going to be looking down because I had to write
research, meaning
down.
just going through photos on Facebook.
That's research.
It's not technically research. It's just going through photos on Facebook.
To find information.
There was no information there. You just had to recall what the photo reminds you of.
So, we are going to start with 2010. What happened in 2010? No. What happened in 2010?
In 2010, I was alive.
In 2010, I moved back to New York from Massachusetts as a 21-year-old. And I got into a relationship with this guy. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I was working in the city for a trash company doing, well, pretty much lazy work, but somehow I still managed to get fired.
Yeah. And I was working at Best Buy that I transferred from Massachusetts from and started working at the one in Columbus Circle. And I also pretty much got fired from.
Yeah, pretty much.
I got you your first gift. Do you remember what it was?
Madden
10. And he got me a witchcraft choker from Comic-Con.
The first real gift I ever got you.
The first worst gift I've ever gotten also.
Look, I mean, it's better than turning green than most of the other stuff did.
It was already green, so that's why. Moving right along.
And what makes it worse is you own chokers now.
And, but stylish ones. Not ones that look like...
Because they're not your style doesn't mean it's not stylish.
If you're going to get a gift for someone, guys, make sure that it's your woman's style, okay? Not just some shit that you see in the anime freaking catalog and decide that you are going to give as a gift, okay?
You know what? And this is why I don't bother getting you anything nowadays.
But you do.
Okay.
2011. That particular year was a blur for me. I was unemployed, no money. I sat around a lot with my then neighbor, now friend, Melissa. So, 2012. Now, this year was not particularly a good one for us. Do you know why?
I got my first tattoo.
And do you know what else?
I got my first tattoo.
What else happened?
I got my first tattoo.
So.
My first tattoo.
Okay. Well, that happened, yes. But, we want to share the good things.
Wait, no. I got my second tattoo, which is the one on my arm. The first one I had gotten before you.
Okay. But aside from tattoos,
that's the only thing that's significantly remembered.
That's going to be sad when I share exactly what I'm talking about. We want to talk about the good things, but I also want to keep it buck that it wasn't an easy decade. So I want to share some of the hard things. Well, we broke up that year for 2 years, right?
I think so.
How was that for you?
I can't recall most of my time.
Did you miss me?
I'm back.
That's the most emotion I'm gonna get out of him. So we're gonna move right along. So we broke up that year. And I think that year I really found myself as an individual.
Sure did. I remember all the stories of how you found yourself.
What does that mean?
No, go ahead, continue.
For 2013, I wanted to introduce a special guest, Mary.
Surprise!
As you guys know, we were broken up for 2 years. No communication, nothing. But then you ran into him.
And you won't believe what this man said to me. What did you say, Rashid?
Aren't you telling the story?
So I ran into him by his house and, was just checking up on him to find out how he's been, how's life treating you. And this man told me he was doing heavy drugs. He was in and out of rehabs. He told me he almost committed like 2 suicide attempts.
Okay, wait. I don't think I said
Also,
all of
yes,
that.
he did.
No, I didn't
Yes,
say
he
that.
did.
Mm-mm. I didn't
Had
say
me
that.
thinking something was all fucked up. Come to find out he was lying.
I mean, but he was close, right?
Close to what?
To actually doing drugs?
No.
Oh, because when I saw him again, it wasn't the same machine that I broke up with.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
Ladies, you know how it is. Like, if you leave a dude, when you see him again, you don't want to see him doing well. So
Exactly.
it was very satisfying when I saw him again, because it was like, bitch, what the fuck did you think was gonna happen?
In 2014, I came back because
What are you doing?
I'm reading the line you gave me.
Ain't no lie.
That's what you told me to say.
In 2014, you came back. Or 2013. One of them. Kind of blurry. But you came back because you can answer that.
Because I can answer that. So I came back because I can answer that. I don't remember.
You don't know why you came back?
I don't remember.
So maybe you should go back
Go back to 2013?
and find an answer.
All right, hold on. Let me go work on building that time machine I've been working on all this time.
I was working at Target at the time, and a friend of his, who I didn't know,
Yes, you did.
came up. No, I that was
you
the
didn't
first
know?
conversation we ever
Oh,
had.
okay.
She just got hired.
Oh.
Came up to me and was like, "Oh, do you know such and such?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Oh, well, he told me to tell you that he wants to talk to you, or he missed you, or something like that." And I was like,
She was really bad at sending messages, huh?
"Bitch." But it was so satisfying. I mean, because it's been 2 years. And I mean, look, at the end of the day, in the 2 years that I was out doing me, I missed him. You know what I'm saying? He's my first love and my first and only relationship. So,
Oh,
it
and
wasn't
also I
easy.
was...
When he came back, it was just like, when he was trying to, because I remember it was the year that my goddaughter was born. So it had to be 2013. It was the year that my goddaughter was born, so it was her baby shower, and he came to pick me up, and you know, like I had this scene set in my head that I was just gonna like make him eat his heart out, and instead I ended up crying like a little bitch, and it was a total disaster. But I told you that I was done with it, and he was very persistent. I mean, you can chime in at any point here.
No, I mean, we just got it. I don't want to interrupt.
I'm gonna take the back seat to this one.
Okay, so, you know... What part are we at again?
The part where you came and got me from Charlie's baby shower.
Oh yeah. You know, we chatted up. You know, reconnected. I don't remember you crying. I don't really remember the conversation. I was persistent in trying to stay in communications as much as she was doing her best to try and ignore me. But I mean, you can't ignore me.
I can.
It's like you're watching this video and you're watching it for her, but you're looking at me.
So we talked for a couple of years. So we decided, and you had some things going on as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to disturb those things.
Right.
So you had a lot to figure out before we could, you know, talk about relationships and stuff. So, you know, we were just talking.
Conversing.
Friendly.
Yes.
That's it. 2014, although that was 2014. Nope, that was 2013. So 2004. Wow, you know, when you like really go through like the years, you realize that a lot of this shit don't make sense.
What part?
Because it's like, I moved into your mother's house the following year. I felt like we were talking before, because when I moved into your mother's house, I was already back in a relationship with you. And I felt like we were talking for like almost 2 years before that happened. But when you look at it on paper, no, we weren't.
You know, memory works in a funny way. I'd love to go into the science of it, but we're not here for that.
We're not going to do that. This guy's a...
So basically, this is how it works, right? So when your brain is going into trying to reconnect memories... Alright, no, I'm kidding. I'm not going into that.
Thank you. Oh, so... I moved
If
in.
you really wanna
Okay.
know, just leave a comment down below. I'll let you know.
Anyway, I moved into his mom's house I want to say 2014. That was a hard year. But you know, we needed those things to happen to build us, because that was a strong year for us. We just worked hard, and we got our first apartment in 2015. It was a little basement, 1-bedroom apartment, but we hooked it. Well, I hooked that basement up.
And I did my best to maintain it. Man, did I lose a lot of stuff in that basement.
You did.
That was some, you know how expensive that protein powder was?
That was some
That's
expensive.
a buck and change.
We had a mouse.
And that mouse, that's a brolic rat.
That became a brolic
He ate up all my protein.
Yeah, and it was like infested with drain flies after a while.
And then the drain flies brought spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It became a mess. Also got a car a couple of months after that. That was our first car. Her name is Lola. We still have her now. She's beautiful. She cost us a lot of money.
Still costing me money. I still need to go get it fixed, man. Donate $500 to repair the car.
GoFundMe would be listed below. 2016, it got really tough. So, like, you know, at that time, we were doing really good. I had gotten a job at a home health aid agency as a human resource rep.
Mm-hmm.
You were a medical counselor, and
yeah, I was at that small point. We were making a lot of money for ourselves.
Yeah. It was literally like 2 months where everything looked up. We was making so much money that we freaking had dinner at the Cheesecake Factory.
I didn't know having dinner at the Cheesecake Factory was kind of like
when scammers say they go to Ruth Chris, it's like, oh, you got money.
What the hell is that?
That's a scary thing, you wouldn't know.
Of course I wouldn't know. I'm not a scammer, but that doesn't mean you don't have to not explain it to me.
It's a steakhouse.
But there's Outback.
No. Mary's like, no, bitch.
Oh, it's like Peterloo. Oh, okay, so now I get it.
I've never even heard of Peter Lou. I'm not a scammer.
That's a real steakhouse.
It's way better than Ruth Chris.
Oh.
Ruth Chris is like the Applebee's of steakhouse.
We don't eat steak. So, while everything was looking great, I was randomly laid off after...
It wasn't random. We know why you were laid off.
It was random.
No.
Do you know what random means?
It was racism.
But it was also random.
No, it was racism.
Okay, so I was laid off from this company because I was told, and I quote, "We're not hiring Haitians anymore." I was a human resource rep for Haitian home health aides, and I was the only human resource rep for Haitian. There was a whole bunch of Spanish human resource reps, Chinese, Russian. I was literally the only Haitian one, and they got rid of me because they said that they're not hiring. I actually recorded her too, got it all on tape. And then, 2 months after...
Oh, it's my part?
Uh-huh.
I got fired?
He gets fired. Imagine you're in a household where you got rent, you got car insurance, utilities, you have to feed yourself, clothe yourself, all of that, and both incomes are completely gone in a matter of 2 months. It was the hardest year for not only us as individuals, but us as a unit. That year got really dark because at some point I thought suicide. And
that was when you got denied for that job.
It was like the final time, and I was just like, I can't do this no more. Like, I was on unemployment, but you know, unemployment's only 6 months, no extensions. You get your 6 months and you go. So it was a hard year. And then at the end of that year, I got hired at where I am now. And it was great. You know, I was making more money than I've ever made, but it was still only one income coming in. And as a man, I'm sure it was hard for you, but as a woman, and we could talk more about that, but as a woman, you don't want to go to work every day, all day. You're coming home, and you come home, and your man is in his drawers playing video games. And the house is a mess. You still got to cook and do everything yourself. And it's just like, so what exactly do you do again? You know what I'm saying?
I look for work. Hey, look, it ain't easy looking for a job out here, okay? It's not.
He really thought that something was just going to fall out of the sky.
Which it did.
He liked to say that, but that was God's blessing. And because God is amazing, at the end of that year, What, 2017? Was it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got your dream job, your career.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's my dream job, but I couldn't have asked for a better career.
So now we're at a point where we're both back on our feet and stronger than ever, because, like I said, we came this close to just being like, look, it's done. I can't tell you how many times I had thoughts of going back to Massachusetts and him going back to his mama house. It was just New York, which just wasn't working. It just wasn't working. So, and I was determined not to go back to his
I
mama
could have been
house.
living rent-free, bro. Well, not rent-free, but I could have been paying a lot less in rent.
So he got hired for his career job in July. And
That was July?
It was July.
Oh, don't forget, I got screwed over the first time.
Yeah. So they hired him, but then they were like, the classes is full. It was just a lot. But you know, you gotta stay in faith and prayer. And we did that, and he was able to start in July.
Go ahead, you got this.
Well, he started in July, and then I was like, look, it was an overnight job. I was like, I'm not staying in this basement alone with spiders while you're at work.
You gonna get me a new place to live.
You're gonna give me a new place.
I'm like, but I just started.
I didn't care.
I'm still in training.
He was seriously in training, but I didn't care. I'm a very persistent person. When I want something, I will not stop until I get it.
Yo, you know how hard it was on me? Literally, I had to come from the Bronx back to Brooklyn just so I could go house hunting with her to go back to the Bronx again in the morning.
Yep. And I didn't care. August 15, 2017. We got our dream apartment. And
I wouldn't say dream apartment.
my dream apartment. I wanted this apartment. Okay? Coming from the basement, anything's a dream, okay? We went from the basement to the penthouse, all right? 2018 was also a rough year because I had gotten into a crazy car accident. Just stay with me. We're going through the 10 years, but it might
We're gonna
not
have to go
make
back in
sense.
time a couple of times.
I don't know. Just I think this once. You know, we just going back to 2017 because that year, a lot of my family members and I got into a crazy car accident. Look at the picture. We were coming from the Poconos, just random trips to go to the water park. And we were 2 cars deep. And, you know, I'm in my cousin's
I wasn't there.
No, he wasn't there.
I'm not allowed to go on trips by myself, but she can.
With family. Anyway, that's another video for another day. So I mean, we were driving and I don't know what happened, but next thing I know, the car's flipping over. It was a hot mess. I had a seatbelt on. And he'll tell you that never happens. I do not wear seatbelts, and that's how you know God is, you know, watching always, because I actually had a seatbelt on. Collision was so hard that the seatbelt had to hold me back, right, from going to the windshields, which caused 3 blood clots in my left breast from the seatbelt. My breast was black and blue. It was God is amazing. And it, you know, made me want to get this tattoo, my first tattoo. This too shall pass. Because, you know, it just, when you stay in faith and prayer, all the bad things go away. Anything you want to add to that year?
Nope.
Moving right along. Okay, so look, we had it all wrong. We actually moved here last year, 2008. We moved here in 2008. Look,
Summer of 2018.
it was August 2018. So a lot of the things that was said were true, but not for the time that we said it. Huh?
Miscalculated.
Yeah, it's a little miscalculated. That's what happened in 2018. We got this house and we just worked to maintain it and put it together. You know, like we had the crib fully furnished, but we, you know, gradually get things together. So now we are at 2020. 19
Welcome
year.
to the future.
Okay, this year was awesome for us because it was a first. It was a year filled with firsts. This year, I took my first flight ever. We went on our first vacation, my first tropical island. We went to Aruba. I turned 30. I got engaged. First of all, let me just say, I thought, along with everyone else, that it would happen in Aruba.
No.
It just made sense. Like, it was our first trip. It was my birthday. It was my 30th birthday.
You didn't change anything. She told me
It
not
was...
to.
What I said?
You told me not to.
He keeps saying... For ladies, who would tell their dude not to propose to them on a freaking tropical island when it's just you and him, away from everyone? Why would I tell you that? Why would I say, no, don't propose to me in Aruba? Does that even make sense to you? I wanted you to propose to me in freaking McDonald's, but I'm going to tell you not to propose to me in Aruba?
I don't know.
Anyway, so I was for sure that it was happening. And I'm on a plane back.
For sure upset about that.
On a plane back, and I'm like, okay, this is really not happening. Like, we're really going back home, and I don't have a ring on my finger.
She was so upset.
And I was just like, look,
and then
Sabrina.
We got stuck in Florida. She was even more upset.
I said, look, Sabrina, you're going to go back home, and you are going to put yourself first. You're going to stop cooking, stop cleaning, stop taking care of him, and just start doing it for yourself.
That didn't last very long. Just so you guys know, she's been the one messing up the dates on all of this.
Listen, I'm 30. My memory of what it used to be, okay? So listen, so it happened on Saturday. I remember I was out with my girls.
You was at King's birthday party.
Yes, I was at my nephew's birthday party. And then I came home to change because I got something on my dress.
You got an icy on your dress.
A green icy on my dress. And when I came home, he was real suspicious. Like, he wasn't letting me into our room. He was telling me to change in the other bedroom, and he wasn't letting me in. And when he did let me in, it was like the sheets were like piled up on top of the bed, like he was trying to hide something. And I remember like being like, what is going on? But I had my girls out in the car waiting for me, so I didn't really have time to like process it. So I just changed my clothes. It was just like, okay, I guess I'll go now. And I thought that was it. And I remember we went to the movies, we went out to eat. Like,
she told me on that exact day, yeah, you know, I heard TGI Fridays has unlimited appetizing.
Oh, yeah.
We can go. You know, you can drink. I'll drive back. I'm like, oh, sweet. Yeah, I can't wait. And I'm sitting in the house all day waiting.
I was putting myself first. So I wasn't taking him to no Fridays. Instead, I went for sushi with my girls.
I didn't eat that entire day. I starved.
You gotta put yourself first, ladies. It doesn't matter if they eat or not. So when I did come back home that evening, he was laying on the couch. He did look a little tight, but I didn't care. I walked right by him, and I think he said, can I get a hug or something? And I was like, okay. So I gave him a hug, and then I went to the room, and this is what I saw. That, and I was just like, what? It still didn't hit me that this was my engagement. I just thought that he was just being sweet, you know? And so I went, you know, I'm looking at it for a while, and then when I went to turn around to go thank him, because I thought that he was still sitting on the couch, he was standing in the hallway with a ring.
In an empty stomach.
And I was like, no. So I'm just going back and forth. Like, I'm just like, nah. Like, you know, I always said that I wasn't going to be that girl that just like, you can't understand what she's trying to say. And those are beautiful moments and stuff. But I just wanted to be the one that was able to speak and articulate myself. without the tears. So I was just like fighting those tears though, because I'm a Cancer. I know I cry for everything. So I'm just like, nah, wait, what are you saying? What are you saying? And you're just standing there, right?
It's like I'm standing there now.
He did not get on bended knee.
I have very bad knees.
He did ask, will you marry me? I think he did the whole Sabrina, you are this and that. And you know, like the engagement was just exactly how I thought it would be, because I told you guys in a previous video that my guy is completely socially awkward. So I knew that the engagement would not be in front of my family, my friends, you know, in the football field or at a restaurant.
You just call me socially awkward?
But you are.
No, an introvert maybe, but I'm not awkward.
You may not think that you're awkward. I knew.
Socially awkward.
I knew that it would be just us because I know him. I knew that it was one day it would just be me and him in the house. Really, I thought that one day would be a day where we fight because he likes to do that. He likes to piss you off and then do something really sweet to make you feel stupid for being mad. I knew that it would be just us, and it was beautiful. I said yes, of course. And it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I still started calling everybody and their mama. Like, oh my God, look what happened. Then the next day we had already had scheduled to celebrate my birthday with my closest family and friends here in New York. Because, you know, I went away to Aruba, and it's my 3rd year, so I wanted to celebrate it here as well. So my cousin Madge planned this beautiful rooftop brunch for us, which ended up being like an engagement announcement.
And I just want to point out, for the engagement announcement, it's not really an engagement announcement if you already called everyone.
But there were some people who didn't answer. So I did announce it to some people that were there.
Mm-hmm. Only like 3 people didn't know.
Still,
3 out of 18.
I re-announced it to 3 people, and we took a bomb-ass picture. This. And that is how we announced it to the world. Shout out to Melissa for that picture.
All right, so I guess this is the part where I'm finishing out.
You can stay to the end.
I can say to the what?
You can stay. We're almost done. So
I'm not even needed anymore.
That was our decade together.
Don't put your head on me. I'm just trying to rest.
Had a lot of good moments, but we had a lot of bad ones. But I think that it was very important that we stayed in prayer always, through the good, through the bad. And when we got Rocky, we stayed in prayer.
Wait, when did we get Rocky?
Were you here for any of this video?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the dog. Never mind. Go ahead.
It was a hard decade for us, but I'm excited for all the good things that happened, and this decade is going to be life-changing in great ways, and I cannot wait to share more of that with you guys. And yeah, what do you have that?
Bye.
I can't wait to share more of him with you guys as well, because it's not easy dealing with this alone. So thank you all for watching. I want to wish you guys a happy, happy, happy new year. I want this year to be filled with life-altering blessings, growth in every areas of your lives. I want to thank you guys for starting this journey with me in 2019, and I'm praying for a strong 2020 on this Breathe Plus More journey, on my weight loss journey, on our journey as future husband and wife, happening soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, please do not forget to follow me on my social media at Bella Bree on Twitter and Instagram. You don't want to share yours? No. Okay? And you don't have to, that's fine. Thank you all for watching. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
We're gonna end it with a cough?
Go ahead with a cough, bro.